thousands of Yugoslavians collectively holding their breath and then bursting into cheers. Still 3 more races to come down the mountain who can knock Franko still out of it. There's Gruber, there's Wenzel, there's Julen. Boy, they are savoring the moment. Franz Gruber of Austria, he was in 3rd place by nearly a half second behind Max Julen of Switzerland after the first run. He's a 25-year-old racer. He had no top 10 finishes in the giant slalom competition coming in to this Olympic event. In fact, he's only won one event in 5 years on the national team. Here he is, Franz Gruber.
Well, I don't think anybody expected him to be in this position in giant slalom. He's the best of the slalom skiers from Austria. As a matter of fact, with Stenmark and Jure out of the slalom competition, he's probably the best bet in slalom. But here he is skiing very well in the giant slalom. And the reason, Frank, is because the hill is so steep. And I think it favors a guy who really can turn well like you have to in slalom.
This is Franz Gruber working his way down through the gates up at the top of the course. That's his running time on the top.
I think
his time is Jure Franko. That's it right there. Will be able to pair Gruber with Franko.
Well, he had a very good time. I was about to say, I thought he might have a little bit of trouble because the turns are more back and forth than in the first one, where they're a lot quicker. A little bit more like slalom, perhaps. But he is having a good run.
Now it'll get a little more busy for him as the course begins to steepen.
This would be a major upset, though.
Legs begin to wear.
We can see him pressing his knees and ankles in every turn, trying to keep the pressure on those skis so that they carve a little bit and don't fly out.
Pride of Austria on the line. The girls wiped them out yesterday over at Yahoo Arena.
Well, there was no Austrian in the top 20 in the women, so they have a chance to regroup today. Here he comes down the finish.
A beat to take the lead is on the left, and no.
Oh, he lost a lot of time on the bottom. The Yugoslavians are going crazy down here, Frank. Look at them.
Yugoslavians love it. Jure Franko is the leader. Gruber is second. Boris Strel is third.
Oh, boy.
Oh, they're getting it on, aren't they?
Yugoslavia is sitting first place right now.
There he is. Jure Franko. He would be a national hero, Bob. They never won an Olympic medal. He has given them such a thrill here today already. And now up at the top of the hill, one of 2 racers left that could knock Franko out of a gold medal is Andreas Wenzel. He's a veteran. He's been there before. This is his 3rd Olympics. And Bob, he has not skied that well in giant slalom for the past 4 years. Since Lake Placid, he's only had one really good finish. That was a 5th place last year in Germany.
Well, he's been great in slalom, but not in giant slalom. You know, Frank, it's amazing that he's even here. He's been training in Bulgaria for the last week, since the last World Cup race there, and he got stuck in Zagreb in the fog last night. He didn't even get here till 3 in the morning.
Andreas Wenzel. He'll give it to you. He'll give it all.
Well, he's a good technician, and as we've said so many times, this hill favors a good technician. If he could just keep his nerves up now and keep pressing, he's going to be right in there.
That's the time up at the top of the course for Wenzel, but he is skiing really well up there. He was a gold medalist. Remember in the giant slalom? He was a silver medalist, brother, in the giant slalom at Lake Placid.
Well, he's lost a little bit of time, but he's still right in. He should be good on the steep. This is where he's very good. He's got to attack, though. He can't hold back.
Listen to the crowd. I mean, it's really kind of quiet if you know they're rooting against him. It's nothing personal against Liechtenstein, I'm sure. But the crowd wants Franko to get that gold.
Hey, if you'd never won a medal, you'd be rooting against it, too.
Now through that steep part of the course, the treacherous part, for Andreas Wenzel. He's going for a gold medal.
It's going to be very close down still here, Frank. He's skiing quite well in the steep.
Here comes Wenzel. The final gate. Franko's time to beat on the left to take the lead for Wenzel. No, he does not do it. Listen to that crowd now. Oh, wow. They are whooping it up. What a moment.
I think Jure Franko is pretty happy right now.
He dodged a bullet with Gruber. He's dodged another one with Wenzel. And there's one loaded up at the top of the mountain right now. Max Julen, the leader after the first round, is getting ready to come down. And Bob, quite frankly, if I were Max Julen, I might think it over before I came down off this mountain into that crowd of Yugoslavians. I'm sure nothing personal against Switzerland, but the Yugoslavians are really stoked up down at the bottom of the hill. And Max Julen now getting final instructions from this fine Swiss coaching team. Oh, what a dramatic moment coming up. There has been no Alpine skier that has won a gold medal in the giant slalom after leading in the first run since Jean-Claude Keely did it back in 1968. Max Julen can do it. 56 skates lie ahead of him. Let's take a look at the standings. And it will be a great moment for the Yugoslavians. And once again, a hush has settled over the Yugoslavians here at the finish line. We'll be right back. Top of the hill, this is Max Julen, the leader after the first run. He had a 1/10 of a second edge over Andreas Wenzel. Andreas Wenzel has moved into second place. Jure Franko is the leader. And another the Austrian Franz Gruber is in third place. And here comes Max Julen.
And this is the one man that can knock Franko out of a gold medal, Frank. Nobody thought, I think, maybe a medal for Jure Franko, but never a gold medal. Julen is the one. They call him the Iceman. The reason he lives in Zermatt, Switzerland. He trains on the glacier year-round above Zermatt. Great on the ice. This course is perfect for him.
His best finish thus far, a 7th in his giant slalom this year, but we know that he's good 5 times. He was second a year ago. And meanwhile, at the bottom of the hill, Jure Franko is looking on. This man could prevent him possibly from a gold medal, and this is Max Julen, the leader after the first run.
Well, Jure Franko has got his medal. You can be sure of that. The question is, will he get a gold medal? That looks like he might be in a great spot.
That's Gruber's time up on the top, and Julen was behind that.
Okay. Julen is outstanding on the steep, though. He's very good on hard, steep terrain, as we've said. This is where he should really shine. It's going to be very close down through here, Frank. I really think it's going to boil down to between Julen and Franko.
To the final gate. Max Julen hitting it. He's all over the mountain now, banging on the gate.
He's skiing very well down through here.
He knows exactly what he has to do. Through the final gate, the steep part of the course. Here comes Max Julen. The Yugoslavian crowd cheering, but they're basically holding their breath.
He's got the best time.
First place, Max Julen, with a great effort on the lower part of the hill, is the leader. And the crowd stunned just for a moment. Max Julen is the leader at the moment, and he could have skied himself into a gold medal.
Well, Max Julen, Frank, as I've said, is great on ice, and he also is a very tough competitor. And by his results, we know he's a good giant slalom skier. He was just great on the bottom part of that course. He just hit every turn about as well as you can hit him.
Great sportsmanship there. You see it so much in the Olympics. It was Franko moving over and congratulating Julen on a tremendous run.
Well, Jure Franko is a real gentleman. He's a sensational person. He's got a lot to be proud of.
He's still smiling, but his goal just went to silver, I believe, Bob. Ready up at the top of the hill is Phil Mayer. He was in 10th place after the first run, a little more than a second and a half behind. Skiing perhaps in his last year. He says he's retiring after the season. Silver medalist, as you recall, up in Lake Placid behind the great Ingemar Stenmark 3 times. The overall World Cup champion, giant slalom champion of a year ago. Bob, possible to make up more than a second and a half?
Well, second and a half out of first place, I think probably would be impossible. He has a little bit more than a second, though, to make up out of third place. That would be possible if he had the run of his life. On a steep hill like that, of course, anything is possible. You also have to realize, though, the course is deteriorating a little bit.
And this has not been Phil's year. His best finish in the giant slalom, a 7th this year. His best in the slalom, a 4th. Tough times for the Mayers. They did not have snow conditions here in Europe. They had to go back to Washington and train and then come back and join the World Cup circuit. Phil awaiting a child.
Oh, he has a pretty good time
up on top for Phil Mayer.
One thing we should remember, though, is both Phil and Steve are skiing pretty good slalom. We've yet to have that coming up later in the week, so all is not really lost. This is not a great day for either of the Mayers, though, as you said.
Now he'll get to the steeper part of the course.
Starting to ski a little bit better in this run.
That will be the running time on the right. The leader.
But you can see those skis chattering a little bit in every turn right here. A little bit, some sliding out, just a little, right there. Again, right in this spot. And you lose a lot of time on the steep doing that.
The leader, Max Julen, looking on. Phil Mayer with a good run has moved up a couple of notches. He's in 8th place at the moment. Phil Mayer in 8th place. And again, the shake of the head. It has not been the Mayer's season, either for Phil or for Steve. And this has to be a tremendous disappointment. Mention came in 3 times, the overall World Cup champion, the champion from the World Cup in Giant Slalom a year ago, and such a disappointing year thus far.